Yes, the moment is finally here. I know you guys have been waiting for so long and I've been teasing you about this, but I also have been waiting for so long. Like, it felt like eternity to me. Like, I finally bought my new vehicle and I'm going to show that to you guys today. And I'm also going to be telling you all about the experiences with my last two vehicles, how I literally ended up owning them for like 2 years each for absolutely free. Like, I didn't have to pay anything for it. So that's going to be an interesting video. So stick around. Let's get into it. My first vehicle was a bike, which was a birthday gift from my brother and sister, which I took to Mangalore, and I just had a lot of fun with it. I mean, it was just amazing. I mean, I was a young guy, and yeah, I was like the cool guy, and I mean, I did the revs, and I mean, it was just fun. It was just a cool bike, and I spent a lot of time, just working on the bike, doing different kinds of modifications, cutting out parts, adding new parts. I just enjoyed the entire process, and also that allowed me to have a lot of memories with my friends. Like, my friends also had bikes in Mangalore, so we took a lot of road trips. We enjoyed ourselves, and after 2 years of owning that bike, and after treating traumatic brain injury cases in the hospital, and age, and maturing a little bit, like that cool factor and all of that was like just gone out. Like, it freaked me out. Plus, at that time I had adopted Coco, and initially I used to take Coco when she was a small puppy with my friends behind holding her, but then she started becoming too big to take her by bike also, so I could not take her anyway. So I decided that it was time to get rid of the bike and go for something more practical, like a car. And at that point I had already started making a little bit of money from my side hustles, and I thought, I have the money now, so might as well just purchase a car. So I ended up selling the bike for the same price that I bought it after using it for 2 years, which in my opinion was an amazing deal. So finally, once I started making money, it just made a lot of sense for me to purchase a car. I mean, I was a big businessman by that point, and I need to own a car right now. I mean, you see all these businessmen moving in cars. I'm just kidding. I'm still the dokey kid. Yeah. But anyways, I decided to buy the car. So I bought the car, and I spent about a month searching for the car, and the perfect car. It had to be the perfect car. And I made a video about this also. The car is not for me about, has to be flashy or has to be, comfortable. For me, it's all about driving pleasure. Like, I'm a big time. I just have to enjoy driving, riding, whatever vehicle I buy. It has to be enjoyable for me to drive. So after a long search, I bought that car, and from a financial standpoint, if anyone was to look into that situation, it was a bad decision, because by that point I had not started investing in stocks and mutual funds and making investments and stuff like that. Like, instead, the first thing I did after I made money was I went and I purchased a car, which anybody will tell you is the bad financial decision to make. And I purchased a car that had done more than 100,000 kilometers, so the chances of something going wrong were pretty high. And if something did go wrong, I was that was just it for me. But you can call it luck or whatever it may be, nothing went wrong with that car for 2 years, and I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of driving with that car. And I did a lot of road trips. I mean, not only me with my friends, we did a lot of road trips. We did like 300-kilometer road trips, 600 kilometers, 800 kilometers, 1000 kilometers. We just had a lot of fun in that car. And it was because during our internship, because of COVID, we could not really go to malls, theaters, or crowded places. So what me and my friends did was we just went for long drives to different places, to hilltops, to different views. It'll be just us in isolation, just enjoying the different views and enjoying each other's company. And that's why it was amazing. Like, I had a lot of fun. And also, because I had the car, when the lockdown hit, I could actually bring Coco back home, like here to Goa. And if I had not been able to do that, if I did not have a car, I would not be able to bring her, and she would be stranded for a year alone in Mangalore, which is something that, I mean, if you own a pet, it's just something impossible to deal with. So I'm very grateful that I purchased the car, and it just turned out to be amazing. And no, by the way, this is not the car. I recently sold the car about 2 months back, and with that car again, I got my money back after using it for 2 years. And it was just amazing. Like, I got my money back, and it made absolute financial sense, because in another 2 to 3 years that car's value would have depreciated by less than half because it would cross 15 years. So the fact that I was able to get my money back just made a lot of financial sense. And I'm going to give you guys some tips on how you can find the perfect deal which does not depreciate that much, or even if you might be able to make a profit, that is just a might. But I will give you all guys some tips. But after I sold that car, I started getting the urge to, ride the bike again. Like, I wanted a bike again, and this car is there at home. So I was like, why do we need two cars at home? So I just thought, like, this is the last time, let me just go for something a lot of fun. Like, I'm going to go for something that's not practical at all, and just fun. Because so some tips to find these amazing deals is, one, you need to understand that a vehicle undergoes majority of its depreciation in the first years. So in the first year, the depreciation will be maximum, and the second year it will be a little less than that, and it'll keep decreasing like that. So the older the vehicle, the more it has undergone majority of its depreciation. So the older it is, the chances of it depreciating a lot after that are less. So with my first bike and the first car that I purchased, both of them were around 10 years old. So they had undergone majority of their depreciation. So after that point, they were not really going to depreciate that much more. And that's one of the reasons why I was able to get a good deal for them. Second of all, the first bike that I had bought had done very few kilometers, and then in those 2 years I clocked a couple of kilometers, but still they were not that much. So in the point when the next buyer was going to buy the bike, the fact that it had been used so less was a kind of a plus factor for him to make that purchase. So that's another reason, like, look for low miles or low kilometer vehicles. Now that's not the case for the car that I bought. The car that I bought was very high kilometers. It had done more than 100,000 kilometers, but it was a Hyundai, and Hyundai, Toyotas, they usually last a long time provided you take good care of them. And that's the second point, is that the car has to be well maintained. If possible, try to find out who owned the vehicle before that, and try to understand if they took care of it, if they serviced it on time, the way they drove, the way they rode, if the parts which had to be changed at a particular kilometer, they were changed or not. Get to understand all of this. Like, I did a deep dive into the previous owners of my vehicle, and I kind of understood how they must have ridden it. I spoke to them about where they used it, how much they used it, and so it was kind of clear to me that they did not really go hardcore on the vehicles, and their vehicles were pretty well maintained and serviced on time, and taken good care of. And that's why I was comfortable making the purchases, and I knew that they would kind of hold their value in the long term because they were maintained so well. The third factor I believe why I was able to get such good prices for my bike and my car is because after I bought the bike and the car, I actually made them better. I used to wash my vehicles every week. I used to polish it very often. The bike and the car, I did a lot of aesthetic modifications to it. The car interior, I painted it red and black from the faded grey and the beige tinge that it had, which was kind of dirty, and it just looked kind of old. It just gave it a whole new fresh look, which gave it a kind of a feeling that you're actually in a modern car rather than an old used car. And any kind of issues or any problem, I would immediately get it sorted out. So yeah, that's an important point. You need to maintain the vehicle well, look after it well, and if possible, make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. A wash, a polish can do wonders. Just polishing it and washing it regularly can help maintain the paint and keep the bike looking fresh or the car looking fresh even after a long period of time. So those are some of the factors which helped me get a good deal. Now with this particular bike, this has done only 4,000 kilometers, so it has basically done nothing. It's like brand new, and it is only 2 years old, and I was able to bargain and get it for such an amazing price that I know when I want to sell it, if I want to sell it in a year or 2 years maybe, I probably will get all my money back, or I might even get a profit. And so it was like a no-brainer, and it's awesome. It's so much fun. It's so cool. It's a lot of fun to ride. I know I've been teasing you guys enough, so let me just show you all the bike now.
Baby, I know all your secrets, but you tell me stupid lies.